Hello, welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. I just read Beast Hunter X. I picked it up. I couldn't put it down until I was done reading it, which doesn't mean it was great. It just means it met my very specific tastes. This was $3.99 from American Mythology Productions. They're the company that did that Pellucidar book I hated. This was a lot more fun. So we start off, some people, they're in an old haunted mansion. They're like that Ghost Hunters TV show. Oh, look, there's a terrifying monster. Then we cut away to a waitress in a dive diner. I almost said dive bar, but it's not a bar, it's a diner. And dude comes in, hanging out. He steals the salt. You can see him stealing the salt. She washes her face off. She's like, oh man, he's kind of cute. And she goes to get in her car and boom, monster! Oh, carnage, death, everything going crazy. I'm not letting you focus on the art for too long because the art rapidly degrades as we go. I think it looks okay here. Next page, we just get some like noodly ink stuff everywhere. Like, look at this. I know you're trying to represent like the dark of the night and stuff, but this is just ugly. I think that one's on the colorist. But some of this is on the person doing the line art too. So they get chased and the dude transforms because he's a vampire, naturally. So he goes hand to hand with the terrifying monsters. She turns out to be a werewolf. You can see her transforming right here in the bottom panel. Like, I'm looking at stuff like this, and I'm like, yeah, that's... I didn't mean to make that shake. That's not right. Cop's face. Why does he randomly have this little shadowy smear across his cheek? Doesn't make sense. He's got a mustache. We see the mustache over here. But what is this? Oh, look at this. This is just a mess. I mean, granted, that's what it should look like, right? Because it literally is a mess. But when we blow up and we look at some of this stuff, like, did this start life as a smaller panel and it got expanded? Because look at it. That is just not good. The colorist is doing what they can, but I don't like the coloring style here on this page very much. But what I do like is the bloody, googly, bloody, icky, oh, just guts everywhere stuff. So what's the point? What's the story? So it turns out he's a vampire. She's a werewolf. And there are things trying to kill all the werewolves. So he's there to recruit her to save the werewolves. So we're going to have monsters fighting monsters. Doesn't that sound cool? I think that sounds really cool. It's totally a cheesy, like, bad exploitation movie or a horror movie. And I love it. Drive-in frights. Like, I'm sold. I'm on board with this. Little art quibbles aside. For a comic book that's at, like, a low-end publisher. Doesn't have a lot of money. Oh, this is actually a preview of the Carson of Venus comic, which I think is like continues the Pellucidar story. I don't really care. It's on the back. They have the Zorro license? I thought Dynamite had that. When does that come out? When Legion Heller unleash the champion of the oppressed will soon become the savior of all humanity. Ooh. So Zorro versus monsters? That might be really fun. That might be a lot of fun. Okay. I might check that out if I see it in the store. As for this book, see, you get one book that makes you excited, and you go, man, that was a lot of fun. And what's the next thing you know? Ooh, Zorro, yeah, that could be really fun too. So that's how much I like this. It makes me want to go check out another book by the same publisher. This is kind of like me and Aspen, my awakening to the great stuff that they have. I mean, I've checked out like every Aspen book that's come out except for Fathom because I'm not paying Ron Mars any money ever in my life again. But you know, they've all been pretty good. Dissension, I didn't review it. I don't know if I'm going to pick that next one up, but even it was like pretty good. It's better than a lot of the other comics I've read. This was a lot of fun. It's just an action, like a horror action movie, like Underworld, you know? It's like it's a little scary, it's a little actiony. You mix them together and you get chaotic blood and gore everywhere. And the art really supported that. It was just bloody and messy and gory. The monsters are appropriately like frightening. We're just looking at that guy's face. Let's look at the whole thing. The monsters are appropriately kind of scary, like crazy spiky horned piranha demon men. Like, what am I even looking at here? I don't know. Where do they come from? I don't know. I want to know more. Need to know more intensifies, you know? I'll see you guys next time. I really enjoyed Beast Hunter X. And I hope you will too if you read it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Until next time, bye-bye.